Hello, and welcome to helpyourmath.com. In this video, we're going on an integer hunt. We are going to try to find two integers that multiply to a specified value and add up to another specified value. Before we get started, let's just review what integers are. Integers come in three varieties. First, they are positive numbers. In the positive sense, they start at 1, it goes to 2, it goes to 3. Oh, I wrote on the screen. I didn't even notice that. 3, 4, and so on. So we notice that positives, there's no fractions, there's no decimals. It's just the whole numbers is also another name for them. Integers can also be negative. So going in from greatest to least, we have -1, -2, -3, and so on. Still no fractions or decimals. And I said there were 3. The third one is that 0 is an integer. However, in this video, 0 need not apply. We're not going to have 0 in this video, so don't even worry about that. We're going to focus first on the positives. I'll do 2 examples with positives. If that's all you need, you can pause the video, end it there. If you need to continue on, or if you're interested, we'll also look at some negative integers as well. All right, so let's get started. In our first example, can you find two integers that multiply to 16 and add up to 10? When we do this, we usually want to start with the integers that multiply to the given number, because there are far fewer integers that are going to multiply and make 16 than add up to 10. So 16, what multiplies and makes 16? Well, 1 times 16. But if we do 1 plus 16, we don't get 10. So we're going to rule out 1 times 16. Next we have 2 and 8. Oh wait, I like 2 and 8 because 2 times 8 equals 16 and 2 plus 8 equals 10. So we're going to put a 2 here and an 8 here. Technically order doesn't matter, but when we enter these, we want to have the smaller value first. So I'm going to put the 2 first because 2 is smaller than 8. So we see 2 times 8 gives us 16. 2 plus 8 gives us 10. There was another combination that multiplies to 16. So we see it, there was 4 times 4. But if we add 4 plus 4, we get 8, which is not 10. So that would get ruled out as well. And again, our winning combination would be 2 and 8. How about this example? We're looking for two numbers that multiply to 30 and add up to 17. Again, if you're kind of going through the things that multiply to 30, we want to start with the multiplication. You might want to write them down. So we have 1 and 30, but 1 plus 30, oops, that makes 31. So we're going to rule that out. 2 and 15. Oh, 2 and 15, I like it because 2 times 15 is 30. 2 plus 15 gives us 17. So I'm going to put a 2 here and a 15 here. Just to check the other combinations, although we already found the winning one, we have 3 and 10, that adds up to 13. 5 and 6, that adds up to 11. And that's it. So out of the 4 options, 2 and 15 gave us the product we needed and the sum we needed. These were the positives. We're going to look at other examples that do involve negative integers. So if you need to pause the video here or stop it here, thank you for checking this video out. Otherwise, come along our journey here, where we're going to try to find two numbers that multiply to positive 15 and add up to negative 16. We have a hint here. Because they multiply to something positive, but add up to something negative, we know both factors must be negative. Because a negative times a negative gives us a positive product, but a negative plus a negative gives us a negative sum. So we're going to think about things that multiply to 15, and then we're going to negate both factors. Let's start with -1 and -15. Oh, I don't even need to go any further. I found the winning combination. Remember, we're putting the smaller one first. Which one is smaller? -15. -15. And then we'll put the -1 here. There was only one other combination to check, and that was -5 and -3, but that adds up to -8. So we found our winning combination, -15 and -1. Next up again, we have two numbers that multiply to something positive, and these same two integers will add up to this -13. This just means that both of these integers will be negative. Let's start with my -1 and -42. That's not even close to -13. How about -2 and -21? That's negative 23. I got the 3, but I have the wrong tens. How about negative 3 and negative 14? That adds up to negative 17. 4 doesn't go into 42. 5 doesn't. No. How about 6? Negative 6 times negative 7? That multiplies and makes 42. And if we combine them, we get negative 13. Remember, when we fill these in, the smaller integer goes in the first one. So we're going to put a negative 7 there because negative 7 is smaller than negative 6. And last up, how about two integers that multiply to negative 24 and add up to 5? Because the product is negative, we know that one of the numbers is negative and one of the numbers is positive. The fact that the sum is positive means that we want the smaller of the integers to be the negative. We're going to assign the negative there. That way, when we go to add them, we're going to keep the sign of the bigger number, which will be the positive one, and we'll end up with that positive sum. Okay. And you'll notice that when I do this, I always start with just 1 times the given number. This is just so that way I know I'm not skipping over anything as I go through this, because there's nothing worse than like forgetting that it is, you can do 1 times whatever that product is that we're trying to find, the number that's in that circle, and skipping it and not realizing that we actually could have used it all along. So I have negative 1 plus 24. No, that adds up to 23. Okay, so that one's gone. Negative 2 and 12 adds up to 10. That's double what we're looking for. Negative 3 and 8, that adds up to 5. That'll do it. So I can stop here, or I can just list out all the possible combinations, whatever you think would make you feel more comfortable. So there's only one other combination. It's negative 4 and positive 6, but that adds up to 2. So that won't do. And again, we're going to put the smaller integer in the left circle. So the smaller integer is that negative, the negative 3. And we'll put our 8 in the bigger one. Now we can see negative 3 times 8 is negative 24. Negative 3 plus 8 is positive 5. This has been an integer hunt. Thank you so much for stopping by.